Augmented reality is a technology that adds virtual items to the real world. In this project, trusted markers called fiducials are tracked by a webcam, and the system then adds virtual objects on top of the markers. The motivation for the project was to be able to produce an illusion of physical parameters in augmented reality. Since the virtual objects are only representations in the virtual world, they do not possess any actual physical properties. Through the use of 3 visual parameters, this project aims to reduce an illusion of weight, hereby creating what's called virtual haptics. The size-weight illusion was introduced by Augustin Charpentier in 1891. He found that when users were given 2 objects of similar weight but different size, they would perceive the smaller object to be heavier. This project wanted to test if this illusion also works in augmented reality. Disney's 12 principles of animation are widely acknowledged within the world of animated movies and video games. The idea is that simply applying these principles to an object can give the viewer an idea of the object's physical parameters, such as its weight. In this project, the principles were applied to a character in order to test if it made the user perceive the character as being heavier. The idea of momentum is well known from our everyday life. Heavy objects are accelerating and braking slower than light objects. A truck traveling at the same speed as a car will stop later than the car if they brake at the same time. This project tested if the addition of momentum would make the users perceive one object as being heavier than the other. Using the system called AR Tag, the 3 illusions were created in augmented reality. For each task, there were 2 3D objects, each shown on an individual block with 2 fiducials on top. For spatial calculations, a big array totaling 121 fiducials were placed on the table below the 2 blocks. Through smaller tests throughout the project, it was found that the users needed to be isolated from the real world, being immersed only in the augmented world, in order to perceive the illusions. Thus, for the final test, users were wearing a head-mounted display and were required to solve small tasks using the virtual objects. The test showed that the users were able to perceive a weight difference. The results were most outspoken in the size-weight illusion, followed by the momentum. People generally perceive the virtual objects to be 4 to 5 times heavier than the objects they were actually holding in their hands. The results indicate a strong possibility of weight perception in augmented reality. In fact, 24 out of 30 test participants perceived the weight difference between the 2 virtual objects. While the results have not provided any solid evidence, the concept is definitely plausible and worthy of further investigations.